addition, subtraction, multiplication, and some other Excel basic formula. Now, we've been able to look at some logic function also, such as or and if error. All these things we've been able to look, make justifications to it. Then we've looked at some test function, which has to do with concatenate, test join, split test, and test to column. Also, we look at some date functions in the last class. Now, on the date of function, I want to talk about when you are trying to determine a age of somebody. Okay, before going to the age of somebody, assuming part of the date function, you want to get today's date. Today's date. You don't need to, or what you just need to do at that point is you've known is today's date. You just typed equals to today. Open your bracket and close your bracket and press enter. The date you will be having will be today's date. And also, I said you press equal to today, open your bracket, close your bracket, and press enter. It will give you today's date. Now, if I want to know what is today's date and the time for today, the simple formula which I'm going to use is known as now. When I'm talking about now will give me what is today's date and the exact time now. And that is equals to now. Open your bracket, close your bracket, and press your enter. You find out that what I have is 14th of August, 2024. And it's giving me the time is 2014, which is 14 minutes past 14. Now back to the age. In order to get the age, what gave you the age is okay. Now someone that was born in 13th October 1310 1981. You want to know what's the age of that person. What you just need to do is what you are looking at is you are looking at difference. What is the difference of the age of that person from then till now? What you type is, I don't want to waste our time. One thing you need to understand is that those formulas, it depends on the Microsoft Office or Excel you have on your system. Some formulas will work on the latest version of Excel, like Excel 365. Some formulas that will work on Excel 365 will not work on Excel 2016 and downward because they are old forms of Excel. So in that case, and not that they won't work per se, but instead of it populating that information, it might not populate that information. Like now, when I was typing equals to now, you can see that it brought out now because this Excel recognizes what is now. But where it doesn't populate it, it means, or you have to know the formula offhand. for you to be able to get the right answer or the formula right. If you didn't know the formula offhand, you won't be able to, it will be giving you error. Now, we've talked about count A, count if, count ifs. We've talked about sum if. We've talked about if, error, and all this, concatenate, and the rest. Now, where we are moving to today is we'll be looking at VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP match. Also, we'll be looking at match. Now, back to the H, which I'm talking about. The formula equals to date difference. That is date diff. You find out that it doesn't bring out, when I was typing date, it brought out date. But what I want to look at is the difference between two dates. So it doesn't, it's not on this version of the Excel, but because I knows it offhand, so date diff. Then which date? We are talking about these dates. I said the person was born on the 13th of October, 1981, and you want to know what's the age of that person today. This is today's date here. I want to know what is the age between these two dates, comma. Then, did I want it to be in, did I want to know the numbers of months? Did I want to know the number of days? Or did I want to know the number of year? If it's number of year, what you are going to end your formula with is Y. Y stands for year. If it is day, you put D. If it is number of months, you put M. And when you close, enter, it tells you that as at today, that person is 42 years of age. Now, I'm talking about March. When you are looking at March, some of us that we are familiar with Excel, we might have had March. What is March? March here is when you want to know, let's say, for example, Ade, Shade, they are on a roll, and you want to know the number which Shade is. You can use March to identify that. Let me do this. Ade, Shade, Johnson, Nike, Femi. Now, I have Ade here, and I want to know what number is Ade on this, from this list. What I will just do is I will say equals to March. What are you looking for? You are looking for Ade, comma. From where are you looking for? It's told you look up array from these people here, comma. If you see it, did you, or what do you want to show? If you put 1 there, that is less than 1. That is, the number it will give to you will not be the exact date or the exact number that that person is. But if you want the exact number the person is, you just put 0 and you close the formula. And it tells you that Ade is in number 1 on this list. Let's say Nike is in what number? Nike is in number 4. Nike is in number 4. So that is March. Now, I don't know, on Saturday, somebody mentioned, okay, that a grading system, okay, if the person scored this, it should this should be a score. Okay, from 190 to 160, 180 to this, A, B, C, or D. Now, one of the things which you can use, I'm now talking about lookup. I want to do the lookup for a function now. Lookup function is, for example, now, let's say Ade 10, 20, 40, 60, 69, 23, and 32. Now, lookup function here is the formula that is used to search for a particular information. And when the information is found, you tell him to give you what is expected. What did you want to look for? Okay, for example, now let me use this one that I have here. Okay, rep 1, product A. Okay, let me come back here. Now I'm talking about nickel here. I want to use the lookup function. The lookup function, I have VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP simply means vertical lookup, while HLOOKUP simply means horizontal lookup, while XLOOKUP means it can look anywhere. But one of the things is this, which you need to understand when you are talking about your lookup, is that when you are using lookup, the information you want to look for must be at the left side. When I said at the left side, that is, it must be at first, and your answer must be on the right. For example, now I want to look for nickel and bring out what value nickel is having. So which means nickel is part of this name and the value is at the right here. I can bring these names and put it here. I said I want to return this value. That is one of the disadvantages in VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP can only look to the right. It can't look to the left. Now, and for that, what is the value of the score for nickel is equals to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP will tell you what are you looking for. You are looking for nickel. Where are you looking for nickel? You are looking for nickel from this place to this place. You highlight everything you want to look at. Then it will tell you which column. And in this regard, when we are talking about column, so column is talking about number. Which column did you, which column of information did you want to extract? I want this column. The information I needed is from this column. And when for me, what column is this? You start from your data. You start from your data. This is column 1 and this is column 2, which means what you want to return to you is column 2. What you want to return to you is column 2. So in that case, you put 2 here. When you put 2 there, then you can close and press enter. Now, when you see nickel, in front of nickel, what do you have? 23. You have 23 here. If I put Johnson there, what I have is 69. That's 69. Your VLOOKUP and your HLOOKUP, you must know where what you are looking for, where it is. I want to try to use this. Okay, let me to use this date that is here. I want to pick my total sale in one of these dates. Now, what I will just do is let me I want to do data validation here. Data validation. Lists. And I want these dates there. And I click on OK. Now let me give this place a color so I will know so there is something there. So here now I want to select this date. When I select the date, it gave me this. It was giving me a figure, but I want to change it. I want to change it to a date format, which is this. I've changed it to a date format. So with that, I said equals to VLOOKUP. What am I looking at? I'm looking at this column, comma, from where? I'm looking from this place. I said I want to return my total sale. Let me bring it to this place. This is the data I'm looking at. Now, what did I want it to return? I want it to return total sales here. So what column is my total sales? You start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So column 11 is my total sale. Then I close and I press enter. So I'm talking about on the 6th of January 2021. What is my total sales? When you look at this column, my total sales is 21,600, which is the same information he gave to me here. If I decide to change this to 4th, it changed to 21. Let's check on the 4th, 21. So that is VLOOKUP. Now, HLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, I've told you, VLOOKUP is vertical. That is, it looks as if towards this direction. But HLOOKUP look from up down. That's HLOOKUP. It looks from top down. Now, I want to do this again, data validation. What I need is this. So I click OK. So now I want total sale. So I want total sale. Now I want to I want to use my HLOOKUP. So I want to pick my total sales here. Now what I will do is equals to HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP. What are you looking for? I'm looking for this man here. Comma. Table array. Your tables is from top to bottom. Comma. Then what you'll find out that here is talking about row. But when we are doing VLOOKUP, it's talking about column. So what row are you looking at? You start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Row 12. And you click on enter. Let me format this to so total sales is 22,000. Are we correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my total sales is expected to return row 12. Sorry. Okay. So it's to return row 12 or return 0. Now, my row 12 is 444,300. If I change the total sales here to total costs, my total cost is 288,900. So this is VLOOKUP, and this is HLOOKUP. Now, XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP here is actually what VLOOKUP could not do. XLOOKUP will do it. XLOOKUP can look for data from right or can look for it from left. VLOOKUP can only look to the right. It cannot look to the left. Now, for my XLOOKUP, I want to. Okay, let me do this. I want to recopy this data. And I'm copying the data down here. Sorry, excuse me. I want to copy this data and move it down here. And copy down here. Now I'm moving my date to, okay, let me to use customer. I think customer has one single this thing. So now I want to use my customer. And here equals to XLOOKUP. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, okay, let me do the VLOOK or the data validation. I'm just trying to do the data validation repeatedly, purposely, because of those are my sets. They don't know how to do data validation. Now, customer 6, I said equals to XLOOKUP. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this man here. Lookup array. I'm looking for it in this place. I'm looking for it in this place. So what did I want to return? I want to return the unit price to the man. So I close and I click on OK. Customer 6. Where's our customer 6? Customer 6 is this. Customer 6 is this. And the unit selling price to him is 1,800. Then let me change this to customer 4. Customer 4 is 1,004, which is this man here. So that is the difference between VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and XLOOKUP. Now, I want to go to GoSeek. Now, when we are talking about GoSeek means that you have an objective you want to achieve. What is to be done? And for you to achieve that objective, something must have effect. What can be done? For example, now you want to pay 1,200 in year 5. How much are you going to borrow now? So if the rate is so and so, that is a typical example of go seek. Now I'm going to test it with this. The total sales value. The sales value here now, for you to get the go seek, you go to data. As I've mentioned to you, your data tab is very important in anything you want to do. So you go to your data, you see it, go seek. Click on your go seek. Go seek is which cell. I'm coming. Now, go seek. You want
Chinga, you know, go say, yeah, this guy, you won't try from take. My brother has said, brother, I need time for you. I need to get inside, bro, for you. The woman will mess and get for girlfriend with it.
So when we talk about go seek, I'm coming. You want to change this value. This is the value you want to work on. You are trying to establish something that on this value, what did you want to get? You want to this to be? You want this to be, let's say, 500, 500,000. By changing which cell? By changing this is total sales. By changing the sales, by changing the sales value. Now you want to achieve this cell to make it 500,000 by changing this value. Then what happened? In that regard, you find out that automatically that particular cell changed to 500. So it's telling you that for you to achieve that 500, this your value will change to 10,000 naira. So it changes it automatically on its own. So what you just need to do is just to tell him what you wanted. Now let's see what was there before. We have 125,000 here as the total sales when the sales value is 2,500. But here now, I want this place to be 500. If this cell is changed, so what will that be? So which means the go seek will tell you that the sales value will change to a certain amount in order for this place to become the value which you actually seek, you wanted to do. Now, without wasting our time, I want to go into table, because one of some of the tools which you will need to use for you to be able to analyze your data. Yes, we have formulas. Well, okay, I want this, I want that, and you have formulas that you can use. But there are tools in Excel which you can use majorly that will make it more faster. One of it is your table. Your data must have, you must put your data in a table. One of the advantage of table is this. If you have a data, okay, let me do this. I'm copying this. I'm copying this and I'm putting it in another sheet, which is this. This is the same information which you have. I'm deleting this. I'm deleting this. Now, this is my data. I choose to put it in a table. And to put a table, come to insert and click on table. This is a table. It will give you this box. If this is not ticked, look at this. It said my table has a header. If your table has a header, you click, it has, you tick this column. Because if you don't tick this column and you click on OK, it will create another column for you at the top, which is expecting you to populate your header. But since your table have an header, come to insert, click on table, and you tick this place that my table has an header, and you click on OK. It gives you this. Now, one of the advantage of table is this. This as you populate this column here, you do most of the time you don't need to copy your formula down. Once you put your formula in one of the column, the formula will populate down automatically. Let's say total sales. Our total sales equals to sales price times quantity. When I click on enter, you can see automatically itself, it populates down the formula without copying and pasting. It populates down the formula. And also here equals to this 10,000 times this man. You click on enter. It populates down the formula. So your total profit equals to this 12 minus this man and equals to enter. It populates down your formula automatically. You don't need to copy and paste before your formula is populated. One of the advantage of table is that as you type on each row, it automatically adds to what you have. And your table here, you can design your table the way you like. Because I have this table, you can see there is a tab, another tab known as table design. You can come to the table design. From the table design, then you change it. Here, you can change your style. I don't like this thing I have. You can just click down here, come here. As you are, you can change the way your table looks to any format or any font which you like. Okay, I like this. This is your table. This is my table. And in table here, it is easy for you to filter. I want to see all that belong. Okay, in your table here, table style option, total row. You click here, it gives you, you find out that it has created a total column down here yourself. So you can just come here, instead of typing your formula, just come here. It will bring out all whatever formula you wanted. I want sum, here sum, and this place also is sum. So as you input information here. Let's say I inputted another information here for this person. You find out that he has populated this and the sum, the total here has changed without even altering. You can come here and insert more columns. You can come here and insert column. As you are inserting column, the formula is going with the column. As you are inserting rows, the formula is going with the row. So here now I want to filter how many. I want to filter category 1. Instead of me saying, okay, I type category 1. Let's look at this. Category 1 equals to sum if. Sum if. What am I summing? I'm summing this column. I'm summing this column if what's the criteria is this, is category 1. Oh, sorry. I'm summing not this. This category 1 is my range. If that range equals to this, then I should sum I am summing my total sale. And I close my bracket and I click enter. My category 1 is telling me the total sales for my category 1 is 46,000. Let's check. Now let's come here and filter category 1. 46,300. Let's filter category 1. What do we have here? 46,300. The first one we did, we derive it using formula. But with table, I don't need to use formula. I just come here and filter what I wanted. I want to know what sales I've made via region. I've south. Let me see what I've done via south. What I've done via south is 146,600. That is what I've done via south. So these are some of the usage of our table. These are usage of our table. And from our table here, a lot of things can be done from the table. You can filter and you can add more information. For example, now if I come here and set percentage percentage profit, because what I type is beside the table, when I click on enter, it will add it to the table. Expand the table, and percentage profit equals to this, M divided by this. And with this, because this column is yet to be formatted to be percentage, that's the reason why it was given 0 there. Now, one of the things that happen in a table is this column, because there is no data there, wherever there is because there is no data there, that's the reason why it's giving you div. And in that regard, that is where your if error comes in. Now, I said if error, if it's equals to error, then what should be there? It should be, what should be there should be 0. And I click on enter. When I come down, you find out that where there is no data, what I'm having there is 0. What thing is this? We have a situation where you can get your data anywhere. As a data analyst, you can be given any data. Your data can be in PDF format. It can be in any format. Even you might decided that, okay, for you to get the information you needed, you are going online to get it. But now, what I'm just going to practicalize for you is, assuming you are given a PDF format, how will you extract your data from it? Yeah, because are you going to start typing one by one? The answer is no. So in that case, how will you be able to extract your data? And that is what brings us to what I refer to as Power Query. Power Query. So Power Query, with Power Query, you can extract your data from any file. Now, I send you 2 documents. When I was sending you the Excel file, I send you a PDF file also. Now, how do you bring your data from the PDF file to Excel? Now, what you need to do, because one of the things that has to do with that data analysts do is you get data, you clean the data, you analyze the data. Then after analyzing the data, that is when you can visualize the data. Now, the act of getting the data is when you are getting your data, okay, from the PDF format, you are bringing it to Excel. So for you to be able to clean it up in Excel and for you to be able to analyze in Excel. Now, the same PDF file I sent to you, I'm going to practicalize on how you can bring the information from that PDF file into your Excel file. Now, what you are going to do is you go to data. When you are on your data tab, you will see a column here. You see this column is where your Power Queries works. Now you go and click on Get Data. When you click on Get Data, it will bring out a drop down. It's telling you from which file, the first one said from file. That is, if it's from file, what type of file? This is the kind of file you can, from Excel, you can bring your data from Excel to this. You can, from a CSV file, you can bring your information from XMLTL. You can bring it from this. This is PDF, which is what I actually sent to you. When you click on it, excuse me. When you click on it, it will take you to the folder on your system. You go to where that data is being saved. Now, where I save the data is where I am going to. And the data is this data file 1, and I click on it. It's coming. It's loading. This is how it will come. This is the data file. Now, in the data file that I have imported, it's telling me I have table 1, which is on this page. When you click on table 1, this is the table that is showing here. When you click on page 001, it's giving you this table 1, customer, okay. Thank you. Now, this is our data, that the table that he gave to us. So what are you going to do? Number 1, 2 things can be done here. You can decide to transform the data, but we are not going to go to that route here. Now, you look at this tab, load. There is a drop down beside it. So the first one is load. The second one is load to. When you click on load, it will load directly, but where it will load to, you won't be able to, you yourself at your level, you won't be able to see it. But what I will advise you to do is click on load to. When you click on load to, it brings you this table with this. Now, where did you want it to load to? You want it to load into a table. And you click and it's to load into, is it an existing sheet? If there is an existing workbook, you click on existing workbook and you click where you want the data to load to. But if you don't click on existing workbook, you click on new workbook, it means on this workbook which you have is going to create a new sheet entirely. But let's click on existing workbook, and I want it to be from this place, and I click on OK. When I click on OK, he has brought it here, and when he's bringing it, he brought it in with a table. Now, we are going to practicalize something here. Now, look at this. This is a date. This is a date and the product ABC. This is the profit column with, what is this? With, let me see. This is a profit with the customer. That is the information that's supposed to be in this column has been merged together here. The information that's supposed to be in this column has been merged here. Now, you as a data analyst, you cannot work with this because this your column. You must ensure that what is on this column is purely date. What is on this column is purely product. And what is on this column is purely an amount. It's purely an amount. And what is on this column is purely what? Is purely the customer, this thing. So here now, you have a lot of things to do. Then what are you doing? What can you do? So what you can do simply is, this is where your data split, test split, that is, it will work in this regard, is splitting this and this. And also your text to column will definitely work in this regard. Okay, now let's go. Now, because between A and C, between product and A, there is a space in between. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to insert one more column here. Now, what am I going to do? I will highlight this and come to my data, and pick my text to column. Text to column, I've told you choose delimited. You click on next. What is your delimited? Your delimited is what? Space. And when you look at this place, you find out that the date has been separated from product, and product has been separated from these alphabets. Are we together? Then I click on next. Next simply means where did you want, what is the destination? The destination here, I want you to start from this B also. So in that regard, I leave it there. But if I want the destination to be C, I will come here and click here. But I want the destination to be from this place. Then after that, I click on finish. And what did you see? The date is separated from the product and from the A. But the challenge here is that product, it should be product A, product B, product C, product A. So in that regard, it means this and this was meant to be together. In that regard, your test join also work here. You put a column and come here. It's either you use concatenation or test joint. Let's use concatenation. Equals to concatenate. Concatenate. What are you concatenating? I'm concatenating this man. Remember, you have to put because product A, there must be a space between product and A. So in that case, you put your double column, comma, then you select the second one. You close and you click on enter. You have product A, product B, product C. In that case, you just copy this and come to under your product, highlight and paste special. Paste special. When you paste special, anything you paste special, it means when the formula that is in that particular column, that formula, you are not pasting the formula, you are only pasting the text. So in that case, I click on, this is paste special. Paste special and you paste value. Value is what I'm pasting. So when I paste the value here, when you look at this column, you find out that it has become product AA. It has become product AA. It has become product AA. So in that case, I don't need this column and this column. So in that case, I will delete that column. I will delete that column, which means I am done formatting the data, the information that shrink itself into this big column. Same thing, I will come to this column and do the same thing. I will insert my column, and at that point, I will highlight and come to text to column, delimiter, and I click on next. The delimiter is space, and you can see it has also separated the amount from customer from one. I click on next and I click OK. So the amount has remained under the profit. Then customer is here and customer or the number is here. So in that case also, I will have to join the two. Here now I'm using equals to test join. I use concatenation for the first one. I'm using test join for the second one. It's just to recap what we've learned on these two. It's still, both are doing the same thing. So your delimiter is the same, your space, which is your double column, then which one and which one are you are joining these two columns together, and you click on enter. Sorry. So here, let me start again. Test join.
Sorry, sir, I can't see your screen at my end though.
You can't see my screen? Oh, again, can't see my screen.
I can see your screen, sir.
Can you check? Can you log out and rejoin, Edema? So as I was saying, your test joint, the first thing that comes is your delimiter. Your delimiter is what should separate the two or what you are joining. So the next one says ignore empty cell. That is, if there is an empty cell in between these, you should ignore. Then column, then you have your test 1, which is this, and your test 2, which is this, and close your and enter. This is it. He has joined the test together. Copy also and paste special value. So this is there. You now remove this. So with this, now this is this date. When you highlight this, is showing date. This one is general. This one is showing general. So in that case, you change this to what? A currency. You change it to a currency. So that is what you do for all to ensure that your data is properly formatted. So what I have just done is importing my data from PDF, and even importing from PDF, I've formatted it and clean it for it to reveal, to show the information appropriately. And this data I have here is not different from the initial one which we have worked on here. But the only difference is that this one is already in Excel, while this one was brought in from PDF.